V2U Healthcare Private Limited, established in 2010, is a leading Singapore-based company, is a rehabilitation medicine, healthcare and wellness industry solution provider in Singapore and Asia. V2U Healthcare Private Limited operates with the mission to be a vital link in the chain from manufacturer to end user.
My name is Dinesh Verma and I am the chairman of V2U Healthcare Group. Our company is dealing with physical medicine and rehabilitation business, and it covers both aspects of business, which is product sales and marketing, product development, as well as clinical services, which involves pain management, providing physiotherapy, treatments and services to the clients. Well, I was born in New Delhi and I'm a Delhi boy. Coming up childhood was a challenge. Being a middle class family, we had to really live within our means. And we were allocated a monthly pocket money. And often I was a spender and I would run out of my money out of pocket and I'll loan it from my elder brother or sister. The rule was you will only get paid on the date you're supposed to get paid. So you have to manage within your resources for the month. And I think that helped us really to learn from the beginning, from the childhood, to live within our means and manage within our limits as well. I think these values were installed right from beginning, have been carried out in long run till today. When I was young, I had a drive to do things. So whenever we'll have summer breaks, I will pick up a job there. At a very young age, I was also very interested in show business. And I set up a music troupe. And that time I was in high school level. I think that was extremely good learning experience right from childhood. Well, after I graduated as a physiotherapist, I was very keen to go out and venture and build up my career. And always was quite curious to get into different cultures, learn about how people are living in different parts of the world. I was always a traveler. I really loved traveling most of the time. And being in a profession that was physiotherapy and very much in demand in international markets, I immediately got an opportunity to move out of India and I took the challenge. So my first job landed up in Malaysia, Johor Bahru, very close to Singapore. And I worked with the spastic children there. That was quite interesting, but challenging as well. And due to limited resources and not being able to do many things that we were longing to do, I started looking at other opportunities and immediately found door opened in Singapore. And I started working with the multiple handicapped children here. It's called Margaret Rice Special School. So I worked with the pediatric handicapped children who were suffering from cerebral palsy or with developmental delay like Down syndromes. I spent 2 years of my career beginning with them. And later on I moved on to clinical setting with the Gleneagles Hospital, Singapore, and worked there over 6 years. While I was progressing through my career, I found I want to do something different. There was always a drive to do something different. How the salespeople were visiting hospitals, how they were explaining products and so on. I found there is a big gap. Most of them were not able to talk in the professional language what we expect them to do. And I found there is a niche somebody has to fill. This is a gap that somebody must be able to fill. And I took the challenge. I started to learn about business. So I first did a graduate diploma in business administration from Singapore Institute of Management, and that made me interested to learn more about business. And I did continue with an MBA program. While I was at the final stage of program, I was thinking I really need to move from clinical to real business field. So I started looking for opportunities for me to go into business field. And that's when I come across the company Quintex Scientific, which was looking for someone who wanted to build a physiotherapy rehabilitation products business. And it clicked very well, and I got my first break with them and started as a product manager in the company. In the beginning, it was very, very challenging because we have not having any track record. It was very hard to get any major suppliers to trust you and give you their brand to represent. So several knockings finally made the doors open, and we managed to get some good agencies and so on. I had understanding with my employer that at any point of time we can spin out as a separate company, and in 2002 we managed to do that, and we spin out as a separate company and established my first company as a Rehab Asia Private Limited. So in 2002, when the opportunity came, we actually spin out as a separate company. Now my existing company became partner of this newly created venture was Rehab Asia Private Limited. Okay, so this venture started with my ex-employer being my partner now, and I was holding majority stake in the venture as well. So that continued for about another 5 years term, and later on our partner company wanted to exit the business, and then I bought over the share from them. But we started Rehab Asia in 2002, and then in 2004 we started our Malaysian subsidiary, which is Rehamed Sendirian Berhad. The drive to go into clinical was still very strong, so we started doing a clinical business in 2006, setting up Physio Asia Therapy Center. In 2010, I started V2U as a holding company, and then we put all the businesses under the umbrella of V2U, and the vision for V2U became not just a local company, but a regional and hopefully a global company one day. We're the first clinical facility to receive Singapore Prestige Brand Award in 2012. In terms of growth, we are looking at developing our own products and bringing it to the international market. In terms of clinical services expansion, we are coming out with very innovative clinical solutions and a franchise model that we want to propagate. So our first franchise outlet is already existing in Philippines, Manila, and we have now embarked on a clinical solution we call Scores Back Care program. The Scores Back Care solution is an approach that can be propagated to different levels, and it includes our proprietary technology product that we have developed. So far what we have done, I feel happy and satisfied. I think we have covered one lap of our journey, and now we are getting ready to the next lap of the journey. Well, for the budding entrepreneurs, what I would say is, firstly, you have to believe in yourself. Very important. You create a right plan, and failing is inevitable whenever you do. You will see several failures around you when you're trying to establish something new, but do not get discouraged with the failures. Take them as learning lessons for you. When you're evolving your business, you're going to experience changes. The environment around us will always be changing, and we have to change. What is today may not be tomorrow. And this is where we have to be innovative, we have to be creative, we have to be dynamic to meet these changes. That's always been my guiding statement forever. Only thing constant is change.